With a National League best 21 wins under their belts in the month of June. Tonight in Philadelphia, the Braves try to set a new franchise record with their 22nd June victory. The brooms are out for the world champs. They try to complete a 3-game sweep over the Philadelphia Phillies at Citizens Bank Park next on Bally Sports. World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. For a final time, we join you from Philadelphia, where the Braves have the brooms out, looking for a 3-game sweep of the Phillies and some history to boot. A big crowd gathering here at Citizens Bank Park. Hi again, friends. Chip and Jeff, welcome back to Braves baseball. What a month it has been for the Braves. 21 wins, a chance for 22, and a franchise record, Jeff, in 1 month. Everything has gone right for the Braves, who start play tonight 3 games behind the Mets.
I was going to say, that's the important thing. You've chased down the Mets almost all the way, 3 games back. Look, when you win 21 games like they have so far and going for 22 here tonight, you have to do a lot of things really well. Well, this Braves team has been able to do that in the month of June. The hottest team in baseball, of course, you see that with the 21-5 record this month, best in the NL. 5.8 runs per game, 52 home runs. There's a lot of teams that barely hit 52 home runs all year. Then you think about more guys getting involved, 9 different players with game-winning RBIs, and of course the pitching staff, let's not forget about them, have been outstanding with a 3.1 team ERA. So it's being done all over. It's a whole team effort, and tonight they get a chance for 22 wins.
And it's a shame we have to wrap up the month of June. It's been that much fun for us and for the Braves and for Braves country too. So before we get to July, let's relive some of the golden moments for the red-hot Braves in the season's 3rd month. Swing and a drive. He's going to get them all home. It's going to be a grand slam. Max Fried's a bad man. Contreras with 2 strikes extends the lead. Take it to the bag, Matt. He'll dive and win the race. Lead-off homer for Acuna. He's going for 3rd. Throw. Dansby to the bag for 1, and a throw to first, a double play. Swing and a drive down the left field line. Did he keep it fair? Yeah! Ball is long gone.
150th home run of his career.
There's the first big league home run from Michael Harris. For the 3rd straight game, the Braves go back-to-back. The Braves have won 14 straight games. Hit it high, watch it fly. Breaking ball, base hit, and the Braves walk off on an Arcia hit. Swing line drive center field, base hit, and the Braves walk off again. A 2-homer day for Dansby Swanson. He struck him out. 9 Ks for 3. Swing and a shot. It's gone. Matt Olson has a 2-homer game. He's got it, and the Braves make some history. 21 wins in June.
Brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. And by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day.
Well, let's hope the Braves can deliver a knockout blow and finish off a sweep of the Phillies. It's a perfect night for baseball. Warm temperatures, hot-hitting team. Ian Anderson and Aaron Nola get things started in just a few moments. Before we do that, let's check in first with our colleague, Kelly Kroll. Hey, Kel.
Hey, guys. Well, good news here for the Braves. Ronald Acuna Jr. is back with the team. He got here this afternoon and said he is feeling much better, much healthier, especially compared to where he was feeling just a couple of days ago, where he couldn't put weight on that left foot. Now, this afternoon, he went through some stretches. He took BP, went through some exercises, and Brian Snitker obviously not in the lineup tonight, but is still waiting to see if maybe he could pinch hit this evening. Is expected and hopeful to have him back in the lineup, though, tomorrow in Cincinnati. Not only is that good news for Ronald Acuna Jr. and Braves fans, but just a few moments ago on MLB Network, it was announced that Acuna was the top vote getter in the National League. Getting the most votes means that you are automatically selected to be a starter in that game. So we'll see if he's healthy enough. I know certainly for all baseball fans right across the country, they'd love to see Ronald Acuna Jr. in the Midsummer Classic.
And hopefully we'll see him if needed tonight and perhaps as early as tomorrow in Cincinnati. And wouldn't that be a perfect circle for Ronald Acuna Jr.? Remember, that's where he made his major league debut for the Braves.
And you'd love to see him get 15 ABs in that park.
That would be really nice. Let's see what the Braves have in store in the series wrap-up. Your Toyota starting lineup, pretty much the standard starting 9 for the Braves without Ronald Acuna Jr. Braves won last night. Final score 4-1. They won game 1 of this series 5-3. You get 4 runs against this guy, you figure you've had a really good night, because Aaron Nola, as we know, Jeff, is one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, and he opposes us in game 3.
Man, you see those last 6 starts the run he's on, even make it a little smart. Last 4 starts, he's got a .9 ERA. He's gone 8 innings twice, 7 innings twice. Second in the league in strikeouts behind Corbin Burns. For him, he has not got much run support.
What's your forward keys for game 3 tonight?
Got to be opportunistic. You're not going to have too many chances. A little bit like Wheeler the other night, where the Braves hit 2 solo shots early. Get something going. And then, look, you got a chance to sweep the Phillies at home. So for Ian Anderson tonight, pound that zone, keep the pitch count down, and let your defense make plays behind you.
Last Braves sweep in Philadelphia came back in September of 2016. Time to add to what could be an historic night for the Braves in Philadelphia this evening. Dansby Swanson leads off, and Aaron Nola kicks and fires, and we are underway with strike 1 call. .88 degrees officially, and first pitch at Citizens Bank Park. Speaking of lack of run support for Nola, coming off a 1-0 loss to San Diego in his last outing. The 1 run scored by his brother.
I saw that.
That is a rough way to lose a game, right?
I don't know how you, I mean, I couldn't imagine facing my brother out there. I think I'd be smiling the whole time.
So Nola, with his remarkable numbers, 13 walks, 109 strikeouts on the year, is somehow 4-5 on the year. Let's add to that tonight, as Dansby quickly behind 0-2. Bright sunshine with this 6:05 start, and this one laced into center field, but right at Matt Vierling, who retreats to within a step or 2 of the warning track. And Dansby hit it hard, but is retired to start the game, 1 out. Again, we are starting an hour earlier. Shadow sunshine will be an issue. You see the hitter's background, Jeff, fully in shade. Middle of the infield all the way out to center field, bright sunshine.
Yeah, usually 7:05 most times here, so that hour, be interesting to see. Although, looked like Dansby picked up that curveball okay there.
Good series for Travis d'Arnaud, who's had a terrific run. 11 homers for the Braves catcher, who takes a strike from Nola. It's 0-1. The Braves start play tonight, 3 games behind the Mets. The Mets are idle tonight. If Atlanta wins, they could pull to within 2.5 of the division leaders. The Phillies are 8 games back. 0-1 pitch. There's a good fastball. Matt Olson waits on deck as Travis digs in behind in the count, 0-2. Strike 3 outside corner.
How many times do you ever see Travis go up there and not swing the bat? Now that, I give him that. That pitch was nasty. 94 tailing back. It's a perfect pitch.
So d'Arnaud has a good idea of what Nola has. Stuff looks good early. 2 up, 2 down for Matt Olson. 4 hits in the series. 2 homers, 2 doubles. Matt with 31 two-base hits. A new franchise record before the All-Star break. And jumps on the first one, pops it up into shallow right. Bryson Stott battles the sunshine, and Nola has a 1-2-3 top of the first. 3 outs on 7 pitches. Ian Anderson goes to work in Philadelphia, scoreless next. Phillies Phillies start play 39-37 on the year. They're without Gene Segura. They're without Bryce Harper, who underwent thumb surgery to repair a fracture he suffered last week in San Diego. They have had trouble scoring runs. We hope that continues with this Toyota starting lineup. Alec Boehm, not a lot of power, hitting 7th. Bryson Stott, Matt Vierling, 2 youngsters, not with a lot of big league experience. And facing Ian Anderson, Jeff, who's won 6 of his first 10 decisions this year.
Yeah, and look, for Ian right now, 2 out of his last 3 starts, Chip, only lasted 4 innings. Why? Because he walked 4 guys. The middle game of that in Chicago, if you remember, 6 2/3, only 3 hits, only 2 walks. So for him, I know we talk about it a lot. It's going to come down to pounding that strike zone, making guys earn their way on versus him.
And a strike to Kyle Schwarber, starting the game at the leadoff spot for the Phillies. Schwarber has a hit in this series and 22 home runs, including 1 in the series opener. Ian has had experience against the Phillies ball club. 5 starts. He's 1-0, a 3.07 ERA, and has had especially good luck on this mound in Philadelphia. Just 1 earned run in 12 innings pitched. Here at Citizens Bank, Harris retreats into the shadows, but he'll have plenty of room. Schwarber's fly ball dives into his glove, and there's your first out. Always good to keep an eye on Ian Anderson in the first inning or so, Jeff. Pitch counts, you mentioned it. Walks and pitch counts. Those are the real bugaboos for the Braves' young right-hander.
You know, and I guarantee at some point here, whether it's a teammate, you see that first inning, then he gets going after that. But I got to believe whether it's one of these players, one of the hitters going up to him saying, look, right now, shadows aren't the easiest thing right now. Pound that strike zone. Force them, like you said, to put the ball in play.
Rhys Hoskins is the Phillies hitter. Phillies wearing their 1980s powder blues tonight, trying to change their luck. They've lost 6 of their last 9 games, and the Titans have scored just 9 runs in those 9 games. Swing and a miss. Hoskins has been on a nice run for the Phillies. 13 extra base hits in his last 3 weeks. To right center. Harris will gather this one in. He'll take a step into the sunshine. 2 flyouts to center gets Ian Anderson's night started. 2 up, 2 down for Nicholas Castellanos.
That's 3 balls now. Dansby and those 2 that looked like they were hit better than they were and just kind of floated, which tells me it's tough to see a little bit. They're not quite squaring those balls up right now.
What wind it is blowing is gently gusting out toward the bullpens in right center. So we'll keep an eye on that on this 88-degree night. Hazy sunshine above us here in Philadelphia for Nick Castellanos, who has not had a pleasant run of late. The Braves have held him to 2 hits in 26 at-bats so far this year. Not what Castellanos or the Phillies thought when they signed him to a 4-year deal. But when he's right, this guy's a real good offensive player. Leads the big leagues in doubles, I believe, since 2018. And that's how they have to play, Jeff. This is a defensively challenged team. They've got some young players. And now without Harper and Segura, they got to find guys to step up and make up for that production.
Yeah, this is the guy right here. Good changeup.
Nola threw 7 pitches in the first. Anderson ready with his 11th. He's working quickly on getaway night. The pitch is scorched, and a nice knockdown by Riley, who stumbled, couldn't make the play. Riley had the line covered. That ball got to him in a big hurry, and as he went to recover, he got his feet tangled up, and Castellanos aboard with a 2-out hit.
Yeah, if Austin Riley made this play on him, he had to be thinking, wow, because Austin made a beautiful play on him last night and got him on a bang-bang play. Here he had it, just popped out of his glove. But to me, the important thing is he kept him at first there, and Castellanos not awesome speed, so
So the rookie Derek Hall, who made his major league debut last night, went 0 for 4. This one popped into shallow left field. On comes Ozuna to make the play. And Anderson throws 12 pitches in the first and strands Nick Castellanos. Glad you're with us. Second inning, no score in Philly. Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. Chip, Jeff, and Kelly with you. Braves try to win their 22nd victory this month. Wrap up June with a record 22-5 mark. Braves country is out in force on this warm summer night. Good start for Nola. Good start for Ian Anderson scoreless as Austin Riley gets set to lead off for the Braves. Austin 1 for 7 in this series. 18 homers, 43 driven in on the year. Big shift on for the Braves third baseman as Nola tries to paint and missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
I don't see that too much. Pitcher's mound. Now he's almost half in the sun, but from a different way, splitting right down the middle.
That's yanked foul at third. Bohm had no chance, and a nice play down the left field line. Austin Riley, like the Braves, took off in late May. 13 multi-hit games since May 23rd. 35 extra base hits for Riley, and we're not at the halfway point in the season yet. Nola delivers a little low. Braves had Zach Wheeler in position to lose game 1 of the series. Turned into a bullpen game with Colin McHugh earning his first Atlanta Braves win. Last night Kyle Wright won his 9th. As this is a broken bat pop into shallow center. That'll drop for a hit. The barrel ends up beyond the third base bag. It dies a hero. Riley has the first Atlanta hit. And there's a start here in the second inning.
Look at Watch laughing. Facing Aaron Nola, you'll take a hit any way you can get it, even if it's breaking a bat.
Right off the end of the bat. A cue shot. So Austin has his second hit of the series. Marcell Ozuna is coming up. Marcel's hit 3 homers against this guy head to head. He's got the whole right side of the infield to play with here in the scoreless second inning. Riley a good lead. And in for a strike. You know, a game like this against Nola or an ace like this, you think, well, we got to try to find a way to manufacture offense, put runners in play, for example. This is a tough battery to do that against.
Well, and it's tough when you face these type guys. I think it's almost the other way around sometimes. You need that long ball or two because they're not going to give up 3-4 hits in a row too many times for you to score too many runs. And look how the production came against Wheeler the other night. 2 out of the 3 runs, home runs.
One of 7 back-to-back home run sequences for the Braves so far this year. Now Ozuna behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. William Contreras waits on deck. Riley leads off the second with a broken bat hit. He has a short advantage from the first base bag. And a little pop into shallow right. That's going to drop in safely. Ozuna with a good 2-strike approach. So the Braves have 2 back-to-back soft hits. Lord knows we've had enough of those against us. Good to see him going down for us here.
Yeah, only 82.5 off the bat, but that one was mislocation. Nola was trying to do what he did to Travis d'Arnaud. A little backdoor 2-seamer. Caught too much of the plate.
So to your point, Jeff, a man that was almost invincible when it came to giving up home runs. Well, the Braves have been his kryptonite over the last 14 games.
Averaging over a home run a game against them.
So Contreras 2 for 5 with an RBI in the series. 2 on, nobody out for Atlanta. And takes one under the tomahawk for a strike. This kid is emblematic of the next man up philosophy for the Braves. When Manny Pena had to have season-ending wrist surgery, Contreras got called up and hasn't stopped hitting since. And that's ripped out of play. It's 0-2. Great catch.
Yeah, things happen for a reason. He was up a lot last year early on, Chip. Yes, there were some things he got exposed on, but it was experience for him. He got to go back to AAA, work on some things. You can tell he's done that. His catching has been great this year, and his pitch selection has been a lot better than it was last year.
Ozuna picked up a 2-strike hit a moment ago. Contreras, a little dribbler. That's tough play for Bohm. He'll charge, he'll glove, he'll grab, he'll have no play. 3 soft hits for Atlanta in a row. Bases are loaded, nobody out here in the second inning.
You know, it's interesting. Nola, almost to all these hitters besides Riley, has gotten to 2 strikes. That one was just a backup curveball that spun too much. Obviously was not hit hard, but still, that's a pitch that Nola's used to bearing in that, you know, bottom part of the zone and getting a swing and miss.
So the Braves have a great chance to strike first here in the second inning. Bases loaded, nobody out for Adam Duvall. 7 of Adams' 9 homers have come this month. He's hit 1 in this series. And Nola in trouble with 3 aboard. The pitch. And in for a strike. What makes this guy's curveball so good? Because you know it's coming. You know he's going to throw it.
He throws it out of that same spot as that fastball. And with that, it's tough because that fastball pops. He can throw it in and out. And that curveball just comes from such a different angle than you're used to seeing the majority of right-handers throw it.
That one dropped off the table. 0-2.
That's the one he was trying to throw to Contreras with 2 strikes.
The Phillies play Duvall as a pull hitter. A lot of room between Rhys Hoskins and the second base bag. Orlando Arcia waiting on deck. Nobody out in this second inning. And Duvall swings and misses for out number 1.
Well, this is where the aces become so tough. We see Max Fried do it every once in a while where he gets traffic like that and he's able to get the strikeout. That's where these guys that high strikeout guys, because they can get an out like that. And now even the sac fly here, if you're Nola out there, you're thinking if I can get out of here with 1 run, that's not bad. So now pressure on Arcia here to get something to the outfield and get a run home.
Arcia 1 for 4 in the series. Bases loaded, 1 away and high. Ball 1. Orlando's had a big handful of big hits for the Braves. 1 RBI against the Phillies this year. Ton of room down the left field line if he can pull a ball over Alec Bohm, who's guarding near third base. And at the belt, it's an even count. Wind picking up and blowing harder toward right now as the Braves lead with a 1-1 pitch. On the ground, might be 2. Gotta hurry, Orlando. They get the out at second, and Gregorius, I think, forgot how many outs there were. He came across the second base bag and never threw to first, and the Phillies fans are not happy about that. The Phillies get a force out, and that's it. Gregorius doesn't throw, forgot how many outs there were, and the Braves take a lead.
What a break, because that was a double play ball right here. 2 bounces. got it right to him, and if he throws that right away, it's a double play.
Look at Realmuto. And the fans below us remind Edie that now there are 2 outs.
Now, you'll take it any way you can get it, Chip.
So Arcia out on the force play, give him an RBI, and now Michael Harris hits first and third, and Nola's got to recalibrate, thinking he was out of the inning. Make him pay. A few extra pitches for Nola too. Number 24 is in for a strike. Well, you can't say enough about Michael Harris. He has done everything and more for the Braves, hitting .327. He's driven home 15 runs. He's carrying a 4-game hit streak with a single hit in each of the first 2 games of this series. Watching this guy play center field is a lot of fun. Swing, fly ball hit toward right. Castellanos is there. He'll put that away, and that will retire the side. A mental mistake by Didi Gregorius gives the Braves the first run of the game. And as we head to the second inning, the Braves enjoy a 1-0 lead over Aaron Nola and the Philadelphia Phillies. A beloved member of the organization this morning, Casey Motter, who's been the longtime PA announcer for the Braves, both at Turner Field and Truist Park, passed away unexpectedly this morning. And our thoughts and prayers go out to Casey's family, his wife Debbie. He was such a wonderful and enthusiastic supporter of the Braves, and he made you feel so welcome and so lucky to be a part of the baseball experience in Atlanta.
Yeah, you know, it was a tough blow when we heard this morning. And he was a guy that I think we can all agree, you'd see him right outside the booth, smiling, laughing. He'd give you a big hug. You know, he even did, you know, the come out, you know, for our kids teams. And, you know, he had such an amazing voice and was such an amazing man. And, you know, I told you that was heartbreaking this morning when we heard about that.
Yeah, it won't be the same at Truist Park. I loved hearing Casey's hello baseball fans.
Yeah.
Turn and say hello to your neighbor, high five, and go Braves. He was so much a part of the fabric of the experience of Braves baseball in Atlanta. And again, we will miss Casey Motter dearly. Wonderful voice. Hopefully that golden microphone in hand, watching the Braves and guiding him to victory tonight. So Casey, Debbie, your entire family, our thoughts and prayers are with you tonight.
Yeah, Debbie family, we're praying for y'all.
One more point to make on Casey's passing. A special heartfelt thank you to the Phillies organization and Dan Baker, their wonderful PA man. They had a very nice tribute to Casey Motter here at the ballpark before our game in Philadelphia tonight. So
that was cool, and then the fans acknowledged it, and very appreciative.
Let's win this one for Casey tonight, if we will. Ian Anderson gets a 1-0 gift from the Philadelphia defense in the second inning. He'll start with Realmuto, then Gregorius, then Alec Bohm. And off the netting by JT Realmuto quickly. It's 0-2. This guy and Schwarber, the two guys I think you have to be extra special careful with in this lineup without Harper and Segura, wouldn't you think?
Well, yeah, they always can rise up and get the big hit. I know JT's not having the year he wants, but at the same time, you know he's going to battle you and try to put up a good AB. It's like anything now. You know, usually for the Braves, Harper, Segura have been the two guys that you kind of circle and say don't let them beat you. Without those two, sights have shifted.
That bounce up, and a ball and 2 strikes. Hammered down the line, but well fouled into the seats. Hard to imagine that we're approaching the halfway point of this season and JT Realmuto has 5 homers. But this guy's been an Iron Man behind the plate. He's caught more innings than anybody else. And you wonder about the wear and tear of that, because the plan for the Phillies was get him some reps at first, let him DH some. Well, when Bryce Harper had his elbow ligament tear, the only thing Harper could do was hit. He could not throw. And now with Harper gone for the foreseeable future, they need JT's bat in the lineup behind the plate, and he's rewarded with a 2-strike hit to start the second inning. Second Philadelphia hit. That was a well-earned single. And let's see the reception for Didi Gregorius. Gregorius 2 for 7 in the series. Another player that's numbers will surprise you. No homers.
He's in the last year of a 2-year, $28 million deal, I think.
For a Phillies club that spent a lot of money on free agents. But Harper, Castellanos, Schwarber, Wheeler, Realmuto. I think shortstop's going to be on their list.
Yeah.
Heading into opening day next year. Keep an eye on Realmuto. He's got 10 stolen bases. And that one is inside the bag fair, right down the line. Throw's going to come into second. It's going to be off target. And Didi with Gregorius with a double down the third base line has the Phillies in business, second and third with nobody out. So that'll turn the boos to cheers for the moment. 9 doubles for the Phillies shortstop.
Pitch was good 6 inches off the plate. Credit, just slapped it down the line. And last inning we saw Nola be able to kind of skirt out of some damage here. See if Ian can do it a little bit. Got the bottom 3 here in the lineup.
Alec Bohm with a 5-game hit streak, hitting .263 on the year. Ian could use a strikeout. And that's a good way to start it. 0-1 the count. Bohm has 3 hits against the Braves in the first 2 games. All of them singles. Two balls and a strike. Stott and Vierling will follow Alec Bohm. Nobody out. Realmuto a 2-strike single. Gregorius guides one fair down the third base line. He's at second. The pitch. And a base hit to right field is going to score 1 for sure. Duvall comes up ready to throw. And the throw is going to go through to the plate. That ties the game at 1. Phillies have him at the corners, but nobody out. 3 straight hits. And Bohm a 6-game hitting streak.
Hey, give him credit. Good piece of hitting. Kind of reminds you, Contreras last night knew you had that whole right side open.
.27 RBIs for Bohm. Bryson Stott is the hitter, batting .173. Braves are getting their first look at him in this series. Stott with a couple of hits and a couple of walks, so he's been on base 4 times. He's got home run power, 4 homers on the year, as many as Alec Boehm, who's been here all season. Seems to me, Jeff, that so much of what makes Ian so good in the major leagues is his changeup gets swings and misses. It seems like the approach against him these last 6-7 games has been to let that pitch sail by.
Yeah, well, I think you've seen so far today too. He's either missed way low in that dirt or up. It has not been kind of that borderline pitch.
Base hit to right will give the Phillies the lead. So 4 straight hits. There was a fastball, and Stott was all over that. Gregorius scores. Boehm stops at second. It's 2-1.
You know what happens too now as a hitter, Chip, all of a sudden you were 0-1. And you got 2 changeups that were both balls, so now it's 2-1. You know, and you can kind of tell he got started early there. And even though that fastball was a little bit in, he was able to turn on it because he was ready for it.
"15 swings for the Phillies, 4 swings and misses in this game so far for Ian Anderson. They've only swung at the changeup 3 times. So Matt Vierling is the batter, showed bunt and pulled the bat back. It's ball 1. Vierling, a 5th-round pick in 2018 for Philadelphia. They've come back with 2 runs here in the 2nd inning. Still nobody out. In the air toward right center. That's going to get down and go up against the wall. That's going to score 1 for sure. Stott around third is getting waved. Here comes Arcia's throw. It's a cannon shot that gets away. And the Phillies add to the lead. Vierling clears the bases with a double to right center. It's 4-1. 5 straight hits.
Fastball out over the plate. I was kind of surprised that they sent him right here. Arcia, a pretty good throw. If Travis is able to come up with it, they get the first shot at home. Instead, another run.
And still nobody out. The Phillies with 4 runs on 5 hits here in the 2nd. And now the lineup turns over to Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber flied out in the 1st inning. So he's 0 for 1. Dansby trying to keep Vierling close at second, and there's a good pitch. Swing and a miss. One of Ian's better changeups. What was that, the curveball?
That was the curveball. Was that the first curveball we've seen him throw tonight?
Baseball Savant says he's thrown 4 of them. 8 changeups, 19 fastballs. Among his 34 pitches now. And you don't want to give Aaronola too much of a cushion. He's got a 3-run lead now. The pitch in the dirt. Rick Kranitz looking on in the Braves dugout. Anderson looked good in the first inning. Has in all kinds of trouble here in the second. He's about to make his 24th pitch of the inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not only have the Phillies struggled in spots like this in this series, going back to the last 9 games, they were 2 for 40. With runners in scoring position, they have already recorded 3 such hits tonight. So 3 balls, 2 strikes for Schwarber. He steps out for a moment. Good to have Ronald Acuna Jr. back. Hope you enjoyed Kelly's report earlier. Took batting practice. Did his drills. Might be back in the lineup tomorrow night. The pitch. Strike 3 at the knees. Schwarber was on his way to first base. Instead, he's rung up. And there's a much needed first out in the second inning.
Yeah, it might have been a bit low, but Travis did a great job of framing this. And that's one of those pitches that you'll again say as a hitter, it's tough to leave that up to the umpire sometimes.
So there's the first out. Here's Rhys Hoskins. He too flied out to center. Pitch number 28 of the inning is pulled foul, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike for Rhys Hoskins. Right now, Ian doesn't have a pitch to go to get strikes. He's really had to work hard in this second inning. Hoskins, the 7th man to hit. And the 30th pitch of the inning is on the way. And a high strike. Two count from the Braves right-hander. Veerling at second, 1 out, 4 in. And the 3-2 is rolled foul again. Another payoff pitch. And he lost it. Might be time for a visit. Rick Kranitz is going to slowly make his way out to the mound. Ian Anderson has faced 7 hitters, 6 have reached. 4-1 Philadelphia, 2 on, 1 out. Let's check out a word from our friends at Texas Pete.
Welcome to the tribe. The Texas Pete tried and true. Texas Pete, sauce like you mean it.
Not much to be said here, I would think. Except try to find something that works.
Get a ground ball here. Try to get out of this inning. A, stop the bleed, and B, see, you keep this score right here and give your offense a chance to get back in it.
Jesus Cruz gets up. Don't want this one to get out of hand this early in the game with Aaron Nola on the mound. And Nick Castellanos, who liked that on infield hit. That was that ball that was hit toward Austin Riley down the third base line in the first inning. It came to nothing. But Castellanos with his first hit of the series. Driven toward right center field. That ball is up against the wall and gone. Nick Castellanos hits his first homer since May 30th. I don't think that's what Rick Kranitz had in mind after the meeting. And the Phillies have scored 7 in the second.
Fastball trying to go away. Came right back in the middle, and he stayed through that one.
Three singles, 2 doubles, a walk, and a home run. Off Ian Anderson here in the second inning. That's on the ground. Matt Olson will handle that top spinner and make the play for out number 2. So Realmuto gets to hit again in the second inning. Fair chance for the Phillies to frolic. As we told you, 9 total runs in their prior 9 games. They've got a 7-run second tonight. So you try to get Anderson through this long inning, 40 pitches. And hope the top of your lineup can get something started against Aaron Nola. And maybe in these extra sequences, Anderson finds something that'll get him going. It's been a rough run for him. Last 7 games, a 5.40 ERA. And now 30 runs in his last 40 innings. Popped up shallow right, and Duvall got a good read on that and puts it away and ends the Phillies inning. They send 10 to the plate, 7 of them score, and we head to the 3rd inning in game 3. Braves down 6. Left the yard. Dansby, bare hand play. He made it. Wow. goes. Good jump. Dansby Swanson has a stolen base. Dansby to the back for one, and the throw to first, a double play. A two-homer day for Dansby Swanson. When you are hot, and he is that. Time for our Zaxby's indescribably good play. It'll be a June that Dansby Swanson never remembers, Jeff. I would assume that he's going to get a lot of votes for June Player of the Month in the National League.
I would hope so. I mean, he raised his average from 267 at the end of May to 295 going into the night. Hit safely in 22 of the 26 contests. The best stat for me, hitting 391 with runners in scoring position this month.
So he leads off the third inning, the Braves' #1 hitter. The bad news is you're down 7-1 and facing Aaron Nola. Good news is you've got 7 innings left in this game. Put some pressure on Nola, get in the Philly bullpen, and see if you can steal one in the late innings tonight. How concerned are you about Ian Anderson, who wasn't himself in the first 2 tonight?
You know, to me, the big thing for him is, like I said, it's location. And right now, you know, he was getting through some first pitch strikes tonight, but then he'd get to 2-1. You know, and for him, he didn't have a feel of that changeup at an early point tonight. And you got the feeling guys were just waiting for that fastball. They knew that's the pitch he had to come over the plate with tonight. And look, credit the Phillies hitters. They did not miss it when it was in their little zone to go after.
So we'll see how Nola pitches with a big lead. He hasn't had many of those this year. And he misses crossfire. 3 balls and a strike. 7-run inning for the Phillies, ties for their largest of this season. As Nola has his sign, 3 balls and a strike. Look at that ball move.
Well, Nola's 36-2 when given 5 runs. So he has lost a couple.
Like the optimism. We got a lot of baseball left to be played at the Bank Vault tonight, as Dansby faces a full count pitch. And chops it out of play. This guy's got a, I want to say, a unique windup.
It's kind of it almost feels like a sidearm crossfire, and that's what I'm saying. You do not see many deliveries like this in the big leagues, so it's kind of hard to replicate.
And he's got a little toe tap too as he gets ready to throw the baseball to the plate. And popped up right side. Real Muto gives chase, but won't have a play. We'll try again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Make him work. It's a hot night, 88 degrees with some traffic. Get a run or 2 back here. Start sowing a few seeds of doubt in the Phillies. As great as the Braves have played this month, nothing would put it past me to see a comeback tonight, even against Aaron Nola. 8th pitch of the at-bat. Here it is. And it's a beauty. Swing and a miss. Swanson's retired on strikes. Nola has 3 of those, and that's how the Braves' 3rd starts. 1 man down. Darno never swung the bat. Nola got him to take strike 3. It was a nasty pitch on the outside corner. Swung at that time. Look at the puff of chalk from the left-hand batter's box as the baseball popped on top of that foul. No balls and a strike.
He does not throw that cutter too much, and you saw it right there to Darno. Something in between that fastball and curveball.
That's hit to second. Easy play for Stott, and that's the second out. Here's Matt Olson. That's gotten his road trip off to a great start against the Phillies. 2 homers, 2 doubles. And as you said to Michael Harris getting on the plane to Philadelphia, if you like to hit, these are 2 great ballparks the Braves are visiting. One more here in Philadelphia tonight, and then on to the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. And speaking of the Reds, they are traveling tonight too. They play the Cubs at Wrigley Field.
That's a good chance we beat them to Cincinnati tonight. Get some chili and get a good night's sleep.
I think those 2 things are mutually exclusive. You eating the chili there? You a fan? No?
I'm a varsity guy.
I'm with you 100%. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. That's the other thing. Now that you're a broadcaster, Jeff, you've learned that as much as the games excite you, seeing friends at these ballparks, places you've played before, the local food is really important.
It's very important.
You have absolutely destroyed the cheese.
Taking advantage of it.
Yes, you have. Good for you. 2 outs. They're clear for Olsen, and served out a play off to the left. And that stays alive. Swing and a miss. Nola with his 4th strikeout and his second 1-2-3 inning. The Braves led 1-0, but in a puff of smoke, the Phillies with a 7-run second have taken the lead in Game 3 of this Eastern Showdown in Philly. The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Truist Park. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. No sugarcoating. Again, a rough outing for Ian Anderson. A career-high 7 runs allowed in 2 innings of work on 7 hits. So Jesus Cruz is the first man out of the Braves bullpen. When he's pitched, Jeff, he's been very impressive. 6 games, 6 innings.
Yeah, and this is a perfect example of they're going to ask him to pick up some innings tonight. Braves have what, 10 more in a row? Or 13 in a row, I think, actually, coming in here.
See, the next Braves off day is the All-Star break, if I'm reading that correctly.
They got 4 in Washington.
So we've got 4 in Washington.
Oh wow!
Before the break. So not only do you have this game to figure out, then you go to the hitter-friendly ballpark in Cincinnati, as this one's whacked toward the right side and off the netting foul. Then you come home, 4 with the Cardinals, 3 with the Nationals, 3 with the Mets, and then on the road for a 4-game set before the break. So you hope to hold them here and see if your bats can work some magic the rest of the way. Didi Gregorius singled, scored, and shoots this one to Olsen. Nice play. And he'll step on the bag for out number 1. Gregorius now 1 for 2. Didi double, I beg your pardon, his first time up. So he's 1 for 2. Bohm is the man that singled and scored, and he's coming up next. Unlike Truist Park a couple of years ago, tonight Bohm has actually touched home plate. Go to that 7-run uprising. The pitch is on the ground. Riley gives ground. He'll spear that. And Cruz has the second out. 2 ground ball outs. Economically, that's important. 2 away.
2 outs on 4 pitches. That'll work. Here's
Bryson Stott. Strike one. Stott wears his hometown on his left biceps. He's a Vegas kid. Let's see the ink under that baby blue Phillies jersey on the left arm. And the 1-2.
That was a good find, Chip.
I keep waiting for you to show me your Parkview tattoo. One ball, two strikes. Up and away. By the way, in case you didn't know, Jeff is up for the top 100 high school players in Georgia history. They've got a high school Hall of Fame. When do you find out if you made the cut?
Oh, I think it's a couple weeks, a month, something like that.
That's quite an honor, just being nominated for that.
Thank you.
All the great players in the state. As Cruz readies with a 3-2 pitch. And out of play. I especially loved your high school photo. You're rocking the Letterman's jacket. I mean, how could anybody not vote for that? Just on the picture alone. Forget the pedigree, forget the numbers, all the state championships, homers, interceptions, and the like.
And my Lloyd Christmas haircut.
Oh, I didn't want to go there. Is there a way to vote? Who do we have to pay? I mean, who do we vote? The pitch is a play foul.
I got all the info for you.
Well, that's a great idea. Did Brian McCann get nominated?
Well, it's for football.
Oh, it's just football.
Yeah, and Brian's mom would not sign a permission slip for him.
Really?
No.
We'll let you know if we get a text on that one in a second. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is downstairs. Good at bat for Stott. I'll tell you what, our first look at this kid. He's picked up 3 hits. He's now walked 3 times in the first 3 games against the Braves. And the inning will continue with Matt Vierling coming up. That was a 9-pitch at bat for Bryson Stott. And now Vierling, who doubled home pair, stands in for the second time. This is the kind of offensive output the Phillies expected from the opening bell this year. With Harper, with Segura, with Castellanos, with Schwarber, all doing their thing. Last 2 weeks it hasn't happened for them. Sadly, Ian Anderson ran into a buzzsaw tonight. And after getting the first 2 outs, Cruz all of a sudden having trouble finishing off the fight, and is here in the 3rd inning. But he's happy. 2 balls, no strikes. Found the mark. It's 3-1. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. The throw to second is late. And Bryson Stott has his 3rd steal. Might see a little more of that from the Phillies as they try to figure out how to piece together this offense. And now Vierling with a hit could extend the Philadelphia lead. It's 7-1 at the moment. And the pitch. Back-to-back walks. And now back to the top, and Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber was called out on strikes in the second inning. The Braves did something that nobody else was able to do over the last month. That's keep this guy off base. Last night, his 31-game on-base streak came to an end. 12 homers, 28 runs scored during that impressive stretch. And there's a strike.
Yeah, it's never good when it's the third inning and your leadoff guy's getting up for the third time.
I mean, if you're doing it, it's great.
Yes, exactly. We've done that lately,
yeah.
But
couldn't pull the trigger there. It's 0-2. This guy's going to do a lot of damage in this ballpark this year and for the next 3 if he stays healthy. The 0-2. Swing, fly ball, hammered deep right center field. And the Phillies are pouring it on. The homer's the big blow, but the 2 walks after 2 quick outs are the killers. And the Phillies with 7 in the second and 3 in the third lead by 9.
Oh, tough thing too. Look at this, Chip. Look at that 0-2 pitch. I mean, 0-2 right down the middle. You can see him trying to go up, and if you're going to do that to Schwarber, you got to get that ball above the letters. He did not miss that.
That's another trend too. That again, the Braves have pitched great, so I don't want to sound like I'm being overly critical here. But there have been a lot of 2-strike hits given up by the Braves over the last 2 weeks. And that one right in the wheelhouse. And Schwarber didn't miss it. So his 23rd home run. He's up to 50 RBIs for the Phillies, who are 5 for 6 with runners in scoring position in Game 3. Two and 1 for Hoskins, who has walked and scored. Every Philly has scored 1 run tonight, except for Derek Hall, the rookie who's looking for his first hit. Tape measure shot to left by Hoskins. The Phillies have hit 3 homers in the first 3 innings, and they've gone back to back.
Same location. Schwarber hit his, and these are some good hitters, especially the top of this Phillies lineup.
All this trouble after 2 are out. 2 walks, 2 homers, and 4 runs are in. It's 11-1. Phillies have gone back-to-back now 4 times this year. As Nicholas Castellanos bats, he hit his first homer since May 30th last time up. A swing and a miss, and that will retire the side. The Phillies do a lot of 2-out damage. 2 walks, back-to-back homers, and this game moves to the 4th inning. Huge lead for Aaron. It's 11-1. Austin Riley, Marcell Ozuna, and William Contreras are coming up. Ian Anderson allowed 7 runs. Jesus Cruz has allowed 4. As Aaron Nola now enjoys a 10-run lead. Serious question. What's your offense thinking about at the moment? I mean, you've got one of the best in the business.
It's tough.
And you know you've got 6 opportunities against it.
This is where, look, you sign up to play 162 games, right, Chip? And these guys going to put up numbers. They're going to keep fighting. I've seen that. That's one thing I know this offense is going to do. And really this team, you know, under Brian Snitker and the rest of those coaches, they're pros. It's a tall task, but they're going to keep going after it.
Fans in Philadelphia down by our field microphones, very thirsty tonight, trying to stay cool on an 88-degree evening. The pitch is cut on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is our first visit to Philadelphia in 2022. Braves have already won the series. And while, look, we want to sweep them if we can and aren't dead yet tonight. Winning series, much less sweeping them, has been a very difficult thing for the Braves to accomplish over the last couple of years.
Well, and when you know you're coming up here and facing Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola. And Cal Wright last night was outstanding.
The Braves did good work against Zach Wheeler. Better work against Ranger Suarez last night. Had a 1-0 lead tonight. As this ball is whistled into the shift. Stott takes his time to get rid of it, but makes the play. And that is out number 1 for Marcell Ozuna. But first, a quick message from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Three groundouts for Aaron Nola, 4 strikeouts for him. He didn't retire Ozuna. Remember, the Braves had the bases loaded in the 2nd inning, got 1 run. Marcell's first hit of this series. Hope he heats up the rest of the way tonight and on into Cincinnati, where the Braves will face the Reds next. Swing and a shot into left center field. Veerling, though, will gallop over. And Ozuna got jammed just a bit. He's retired for out number 2. First round of All-Star voting closed at 5 o'clock. Phase 2 voting ends July 8th. Dansby Swanson, William Contreras, Travis d'Arnaud, and Ozzie Albies second among their respective position mates. Adam Duvall is 5th among outfielders. And Ronald Acuna Jr. was the top vote getter in the National League. He will start the All-Star game automatically while representing the Braves at Dodger Stadium in July.
And I'm kind of saying, was there ever a doubt?
Not at all. Just great to have him back.
Yeah, but that's true.
So the other starters, I should say, will be determined by the outcome of the Phase 2 voting. That will run from Tuesday at noon until 2 o'clock on July 8th. Pitchers and reserves will be nominated by player ballots and the commissioner's office. So that's cool. The fans get to vote for the starters, the players, and Major League Baseball vote for the reserves. So everybody gets a voice.
I think that's how it should be. Because there's every year going to be some people that might not have the household names, but yet deserve to be in the All-Star game.
And of course, injuries will have a hand in that.
Yep.
Ozzie's not going to be able to play, sadly, for the Braves. Bryce Harper for the Phillies. That is always such a great event. The Midsummer Classic. And Brian Snitker will manage the National League team. That's because the Braves won the World Series. Dusty Baker, who took the Astros into that battle with the Braves, will represent the American League squad. It's out of play, back toward us. The other thing that's fun about the All-Star game in the 90s, it seemed like every year, Jeff, the Braves had 4, 5, 6 guys going every year. Looks like the Braves are kind of getting back to that, which is fun.
That's what happens when you win and you have players that are able to produce like that. You're going to see them in July.
Three-two pitch coming from Aaron Nola for William Contreras, who might be an all-star. Second among DHs in the National League. Bryce Harper led there. As we told you, Harper had thumb surgery. No timetable given for Bryce's return. Pitch is bounced foul. One thing I'll promise you, if the All-Star game starts at 8 o'clock Eastern time, that means 5 o'clock in LA. The shadows will be a bit of a problem.
You think?
It'll be a pitching dominant start. And a swing and a miss. And the Braves are done in the 4th inning. Contreras 1 for 2. Aaron Nola rolling, as are the Phillies in Game 3.
Stripers were both, of course, Eddie Rosario and Tyler Matzik continue their rehab assignments. And how about Rosario here, how he looks? Had a couple doubles, 2 RBIs, and made a couple great defensive plays last night. Tyler Matzik, a scoreless inning with 2 strikeouts. And guys, Rosario collected another hit tonight. He's now batting .273 over 5 games with Gwinnett. Matzik had the night off, but both progressing well, and Snitker said all the reports have been very encouraging. So there's my ray of sunshine that I now send back to you.
Kelly, thank you. It's so refreshing to work with someone who is a ray of sunshine.
Much needed.
I've got the dark cloud next to me. Jeff Frank, who on a sunny
look
day.
at that. That's
beautiful.
Yeah.
But to your point, Kelly, that is good news. First, let's start with Tyler Matzik. 2 strikeouts. Velocity's been good. His velocity was good in the BPs. Hopefully his headspace is clear and the inflammation in the shoulder is clear too.
Honestly, between you and I, that's all I cared about, velocity. Let me see that velocity back at 96, 97, because that's when he's at his best. Sounds like it's there. And then for Rosario, I mean, that's the thing. It's just going to be getting him at bats, and at some point, you know, he'll feel good enough that they'll, you know, make that decision. But he's going to be a welcome bat, left-handed bat for this lineup.
Yeah, I think that's the real key. As this ball is hammered to deep right. Derek Hall's first big league hit is a home run. He's trying not to smile. There it is. How cool is that? Your first hit leaves the ballpark.
Yes, it is.
It's a small but exclusive club, and Mr. Hall just joined it.
You know, the cool thing, too, for him is, as excited as everybody is in that dugout for him, his AAA teammates are the ones, I guarantee you, if they're watching right now, cheering like crazy.
Popped up right side. Matt Olson in foul ground. JT Realmuto is retired for out number 1. So the Phillies PR staff out negotiating with that fan. Yeah, you've got to get that kid a ball as meaningful as this one.
Hanging slider. You can tell the power. I mean, that's a big, strong man right there. And yeah, you do whatever you have to do to get that ball back.
He hit 20 home runs with the Iron Pigs. He'll be a DH for the most part here. And he did exactly what DHs are supposed to do. He hit it out of the ballpark. Cruz has allowed 3 homers now in an inning and a third. The Phillies have hit 4 homers in the game tonight. And it's 12-1 Philadelphia. So no balls, 2 strikes. It's 12-1 for the Phillies shortstop, who doubled, scored, and grounded out. On the ground, but right to Dansby. He's got it. And one shortstop to another is out number 2. Here's Alec Bohm. He's 1 for 2 already in the game. Every team has games like this. Every good team has them. Bad teams have a lot more of them than you'd like. Get it out of our system tonight. Tip your cap, win the series, have a happy flight to Cincinnati, and get after the Reds at this point.
That's the one thing in baseball so different than other sports. This, no matter how good you are, you could be the 110-win Yankees. You're going to have 2 or 3 of these a year that they just don't go your way.
Well, and the best part of it is, if you're going to have it on a night when your team leading the division is either losing or is off. In the case for the Braves, the Mets aren't playing tonight.
And when you've already taken the first 2 in a series in Philly.
Correct. So the worst would be the Braves would fall to 3.5 games behind the Mets. But that's assuming we don't come back and win this game tonight. 1-1 pitch. Mile high pop. Who wants this? Darno to the warning track and puts the squeeze on that, and that retires the side. Derek Hall tonight, he'll never forget. The Phillies rookie homers for his first major league hit, and the Phillies lead by 11.
For the Braves, he hit his 9th home run of the season last night, and 7 of his 9 home runs have come this month. And of course, Adam Duvall has talked a little bit about the adjustment he made when it came to the launch angle, just feeling like it was too extreme, and he's kind of now made that readjustment. But he also mentioned last night, guys, the contact point being a big thing for him, just getting it out in front of it more, not catching it so deep, and just being able to get that swing off. But Frenchie, I'm not sure that I'm believing that both he nor Matt know their numbers here at this park, because for Adam in 32 games, he has now 10 homers, the 29 RBI. Is that a real thing? I mean, you know when you're good somewhere, right?
Well, for sure. I don't know if he knows the exact numbers, but yes, you know that you've done damage at this park. Both those guys.
3 more RBIs for Duvall in this series. 3-game hit streak on the line for him. As Nola starting to mix things up, he leads 12-1 with Duvall, Arcia, and Michael Harris coming up. Driven toward right. Castellanos won't get that. And Adam Duvall will take a 4-game hit streak into Cincinnati, where he used to play. And Nola back in the stretch for the first time, Jeff, since the second inning.
And it ran back over the plate, and Adam got in on him a little bit, but so strong was able to dump it to right field.
Arcia hit the ball on the ground to second. What should have been an inning-ending double play turned into the first run of the game when Didi Gregorius stepped on the bag and forgot how many outs there were. Didn't complete the throw to first, which would have been a double play to end the inning. And when that play happened, you thought, well, maybe this will be the Braves' night.
Yeah. Then the bottom of the second happened.
Yeah. Nola's a strike throwing machine. Strike one to 13 hitters so far tonight. And rolled over foul by Arcia. It's quickly 0-2.
I told you how many good pitchers do what Aaron Nola did in that second inning. You know, there's not many guys that have that ability. Bases loaded like that. Should have been no runs, like you said, but one. How many? We see Max Fried do that. The ability to get out of jams, because they know their stuff's so good. They're not going to have too many innings like that where they got traffic out there.
Two strikes for Orlando. And downstairs. What makes Nola so different in this era? He makes all of his starts, right? It's 30 starts a year, just about. Take the COVID year out. He's thrown seasons of 200 or more strikeouts 3 times. He's been an all-star. But because the Phillies have struggled so mightily since the start of the 2020 season, Jeff, is only 18 and 19.
Yeah, well.
This one chopped toward third. Bohm will charge and throw on the run. Duvall advances without number 1. So for those who devalue wins by starting pitchers, Nola might be exhibit A as to why that might be an accurate statement.
Think about DeGrom, the year he won the Cy Young. He won what was he, 10 and 10, 11 and 10,
12 and 10,
even 9 and 11, something,
yeah, right.
Something like that, where you can only do your part. And that he just hasn't been able to get the run support. He is tonight.
Well, example, the last time he pitched, the Padres beat him 1-0. Yep. 7 innings, 1 run, 10 strikeouts. The Phillies have more than made up for that here in Game 3 as Harris gets his first look at Aaron and didn't get that. Michael is 0 for 1 in this game. 2 for 8 in his first trip to Philly. Have to ask Michael after the game if he got a cheese stick or two. Wouldn't you say that's a rite of passage in the major leagues?
Yeah.
Came back over the inside corner. That's the other thing he does so well. He is not afraid to pitch inside and let the natural movement of that ball freeze the hitter. The 1-2 pitch is lifted out of play, foul.
You go back to DeGrom, Chip. Cy Young in 18 and 19 combined record for Jacob 21-17. That's incredible. Yeah, a lot of guys won the Cy Young with 21 wins in a year.
In 1 year. Now covered over 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And fouled away. Speaking of the Mets, Max Scherzer finished up his second rehab assignment with the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. He pronounced himself ready to go. Don't know when Scherzer will get the call back to the Mets rotation, which is still without Jacob deGrom and Tyler McGill. DeGrom will be an interesting case. He's hardly pitched at all over the last couple of years. But when he's right, like Aaron Nola, Max Fried, Kyle Wright this year, Charlie Morton, you name the aces and stars, he is right there in that conversation. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out. Braves have a run. The pitch is lifted in the air high and deep to center field. Harris is going to leave this ballpark. A towering home run over the trees in center field. A mammoth 2-run homer for Michael Harris, and the Braves pull closer.
That ball was crushed. Threw a couple curveballs, and he tried to come back in with that 2-seamer to run back over the plate. And look, it ran back over the middle.
Wow. We've seen guys hit the ball into the middle of those trees. I don't remember anyone hitting one over that right tree. Look how far that ball went for Michael. So there's a highlight tonight. 4th homer for him. Dansby shoots one toward left, but Schwarber is there, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Well, it's going to be fun to watch this kid grow into his big league manpower. Always with a colorful headband, smile on his face, plays hard, plays the game the right way, and he's rewarded with a long 2-run homer against one of the game's best, Aaron Nola, tonight. So it's a 9-run game for d'Arnaud, who's 0 for 2. That one hammered down the line. He was just in front. D'Arnaud's been on base 18 straight games, has a long hit streak too.
As the game goes on, now you're starting to see it to some of these right-handed hitters. You'll see Aaron put that changeup in there too.
High chopper hit toward Bone. Tricky hop, stayed with it and threw nicely across the diamond in time. And that will retire the side. Michael Harris goes where seldom go. Over the trees, straightaway center in Philadelphia. A titanic shot. Big smile for Michael as the Phillies hold a big lead.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, Delta Airlines, keep climbing, and by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Phillies with a large lead heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. Fans register for the Braves on Deck offer and get discounted ticket offers throughout the year. You'll get a text message every time the Braves go live with a new ticket offer. Register by texting Braves to 78030 to get receiving exclusive access today. That's Braves 78030. Cruz to work in the bottom of the 5th inning. He'll have the 8-9-1 hitters coming up. Cruz trying to get the Braves 3 or 4 innings of relief tonight. There is action in the bullpen as that one dances down and in. 2 balls, no strikes. It's Darren O'Day.
Yeah, he's the one guy. It's always easy to tell it's him because you see the ball coming from the side.
Sharply hit, a base hit for Bryson Stott. He's been on base 3 more times tonight. Derek Hall, a home run for his first major league hit. Bryson Stott, a 4-hit series. So some of these youngsters from the Phillies, Jeff, are frolicking here in Game 3. Sadly, so are the veterans. Here's Matt Vierling. He's reached twice, scored twice, and knocked in 2. As Cruz slingshots that ball in a little low. 1 ball, no strikes. I mention that because Cruz in Colorado did something I've never seen before. His grandfather was cowboy in Mexico and was able to take a lariat-like contraption that he made where he could hunt while he was herding cattle, and by creating a loop at the end of the rope he could put a rock or something in there and twirl the rope like a lasso around his head and throw it with unbelievable accuracy. As this one ought to be a double play, but not in time. Vierling hustled down the line, slowly hit ball. Braves get a force out, 1 on 1 out. But in Colorado, Jesus brought the rope contraption with him out to batting practice, put a baseball in the rope and started twirling the baseball around his head like you'd imagine David and Goliath.
Yeah.
And he has this unbelievable ability to release the baseball at the perfect time when he wants to throw the rock or the ball. He threw a couple balls out of Coors Field. I'm talking over the roof in right field, out of the stadium.
Imagine he's had some practice, right?
I would hope so. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen a major league player do. And I figured out pretty fast, you don't want to be on the other end of that slingshot.
No, I don't think I would.
No. As Kyle Schwarber hits, 1 on 1 out. Phillies by 9. The pitch cut on, missed. Paints a corner. That was nicely done. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just 3 other games scheduled in the National League tonight. One of them is underway. The Pirates in Milwaukee at PNC Park. Pittsburgh's leading that one 3-2. Brewers are back in front in the National League Central. They've been an up and down team this year. They lead the Cardinals by a 1.5 games. St. Louis comes to Philadelphia next. While we take on the Reds in Cincinnati. The pitch is out of play, foul. And we'll have the Cardinals home for the 4th of July festivities at Truist Park. Best fireworks show in the Southeast on Monday night. Packed house is expected for all 4 games. If you can get tickets, hope you'll join us, as it's the one and only time this year in regular season play that Adam Wainwright and Albert Pujols will be coming to town. It's downstairs, and Schwarber now a full count. Pujols, a first ballot Hall of Famer. Yadier Molina, I think, is going to head to Cooperstown. Adam Wainwright has had a tremendous career with the Cardinals. Three-two pitch. Lifted high in the air toward right, but Duvall's coming in near the line. He'll have plenty of room to put the squeeze on that. And back to first is Vierling. 2 outs, and Rhys Hoskins is the hitter. Cardinals have a new manager. Oliver Marmol is leading the St. Louis club. They're a 1.5 games out of first place, as Brian Snitker is on his way to the mound. Cruz gave the Braves 55 pitches. And it's a 12-3 game. Innings the story for Cruz. Tough assignment for him. He came in, tried to get this game to the middle frames, and did that. 2 outs, runner aboard in the Phillies' 5th. Darren O'Day will try to finish off this inning when we come back. Represent your alma mater this season at Truist Park with the College Knights ticket packages. You'll get a Braves co-branded stadium seat and a Braves ticket. Upcoming College Knights include the Gators July 24th, Georgia Southern on July 31st, and Georgia Tech August 2nd. Get your tickets today at Braves.com/College Knights.
Come on, Chip, you got to give everybody love. Florida is a college. Georgia Tech's a college.
Here's Rhys Hoskins. Aaron O'Day is the new pitcher for the Braves with 2 men out. Love the College Knights. Kids come out, have a great time. Previous years we've had the co-branded hats. Those I believe will be for sale in the Braves clubhouse store at Truist Park.
Nice.
But I love the stadium seats idea for friends and family, for high school football games, baseball games too, college outings as well. College Knights always popular at Truist Park. Can't wait to get those started. That looked like a strike. Alex Tossi said no dice, 2-1 the count. On the ground into the shift. With that shift on, only one play for Swanson. He makes it on a strong throw to first, and we have completed 5 in Philadelphia. The Braves trail at 12-3. Braves in the 6th inning now. It's all Phillies here in game 3. Matt Olson's had a terrific run for the Braves. He is our Coors Light beating the pressure feature over the last week and a half.
Yeah, you see that, but also he's hit safely in all 9 career games played against Philly. His 12 career hits against Philly, and 10 of the 12 have been for extra base hits.
So is that into kicking and screaming territory for a hitter going to the Charter?
Not really, because you're going to Cincinnati.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Another good place to hit.
I would imagine we'll see a couple bombs from him in Cincy too.
Aaron Nola goes to work in the 6th inning, and the first pitch lifted out toward left. Long run. They're in a shift, but a nice running catch by Bohm with those light brown locks flowing. He takes care of Matt Olson with 1 pitch and 1 man out for Austin Riley. Barring a huge comeback by the Braves, their quest for an all-time franchise record for wins in June will not be met tonight, but that in no way diminishes what really was a season-changing month for the Braves, Jeff. Let's not lose sight of that. You win 21 games in a month, you're doing something incredibly special. And to do it against the teams that the Braves have faced. It's one thing to have your best for the best, the Giants, the Dodgers, the Phillies at the end of the month. But you go 21-8 against sub-500 teams. That's exactly what good teams are supposed to do.
Yeah, and then come out on the back end of that and going 6-4 in this 10-game span against 3 really good ball clubs. So they did exactly what they needed to do in June to get them back right in the race and in the thick of things. And I promise you, New York's feeling a little pressure up there.
2 quick strikes for Austin Riley, who scored one of the Braves runs tonight. He's behind 0-2 for Aaron Nola. Is there a singular moment during this month that sticks out most for you, or a part of the Braves game that has you most excited going forward into July and beyond?
Well, I love the way that this starting pitcher was Strider coming on board like that and really giving you another guy. Obviously Harris being a huge part of this coming up. My favorite though was the comeback against the Giants when they were down 3-1, and I felt like that just kind of put a stamp on what they were doing in this whole month.
I love the graphic we showed during our opening comments. All the game-winning RBIs that Atlanta had, 9 different guys.
Yep.
So it wasn't just Ronald Acuna or that man who had a spectacular June, or Kyle Wright winning all the games. This was and is a super team effort. And they feel confident that the best yet is to come. And you'd like to think that's the case because the team you're chasing, you've got 15 games head-to-head coming up with the Mets.
Yep.
A bunch of them coming up in August. But as we mentioned on the next homestand, 3 at Truist Park against the Mets, and that place is going to be alive.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun.
Little ground ball is going to find a hole for Austin Riley. He's got 2 hits. Well, there's the little bloop. How about a blast to make things a little more interesting? The Braves have done that a lot. That's our racetrack fueling up feature. Everything clicked for the Braves in June.
And you see the bottom gained 7 games. Pitchers have the highest K percentage in the month for MLB at 29.1. Outscored opponents by 65 runs and out homered them by 30, 52 to 22.
61 strikes out of 78 pitches for Aaron Nola tonight. 18 of them were strike 1 to Braves hitters. Marcell Ozuna bats with a man aboard. Get a couple more here. Creep closer. In this ballpark, we've said it so many times, there is no such thing as a safe lead.
We talked about earlier, the Phillies were up back in May 7-0 on the Mets. But didn't turn out good for him, put it that way.
No balls, 1 strike. He went. And Marcelo in 2. Matchup of left-handers tomorrow night in Cincinnati. Max Fried and Mike Minor, the former Brave. Saturday it's Spencer Strider, Tyler Mahle. Sunday, Charlie Morton and Luis Castillo. And then we're home on the 4th of July. No balls, 2 strikes. Marcell and JT Realmuto must have a real good relationship. They've been chatting it up this entire series. At the plate,
They have some fun, that's for sure.
former Marlins. Strike 3, and Ozuna said that's way outside. You'll see Ozuna say something every now and then, but not that demonstratively. Let's see this one. Looked low.
It did look low. Problem is, in a 12-3 game, sometimes that strike zone starts to expand a little bit, but the frustration, like I said, there goes to show you a hitter that's grinding out AB and he's not happy.
So Contreras hits with a man aboard, 2 outs. William has an infield hit tonight. Aaron Nola chasing some individual history for the Phillies. 24 career games with 10 or more strikeouts. He's 1 away from tying Jim Bunning for most all time in Phillies history. He's got 6 of them. In tonight's game, as his pitch count mounts, don't know how much longer he'll go with a 9-run lead.
Sometimes it's easier said than done telling your ace at 6 pitches that you're done. I would imagine he's going to argue for one more, but again, you don't know what he's had. What, his last 4 starts, 2 at 7 and 2 at 8, so he's put in the work.
No balls, 2 strikes. That one bounced away, but no chance to advance for Riley. Can't take a chance with Real Muto down 9 runs. Scheduling oddity, the Phillies are off on the 4th of July. How does that happen? They play July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, off the 4th, and then play the Nationals, which will be Nola's next start. 1-2 pitch. He was fought off foul. Could you imagine a fireworks display at this ballpark with downtown Philadelphia off in the distance? Liberty Bell and the like. I bet it's spectacular. There won't be a baseball game.
Have to go out on the river.
Again, the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good at bat. Braves need base runners. Pushing that pitch count for Nola up now. The next one will be his 90th. He's had 3 1-2-3 innings tonight. All kinds of trouble in the 2nd. Gave up 1. Michael Harris a 2-run homer in the 5th. Now Contreras trying to hand off the baton to Adam Duvall. Runner goes at first. The pitch is inside, and strike 3 called. Will end the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Nola. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Field. Harris on the run. Lays out. Makes a great catch. Look at that ball jump. Michael Harris has hit a homer. Harris coming on, still coming. He got it. Speed never slumps. Michael Harris with a double. Man, is he fast and fun to watch on the bases.
Oh, yeah, Michael Harris has done it all offensively, defensively. He's our Synovus get-there player, and here's a look at what he's done this month, where it ranks among other National League rookies. Tops across the board, 2nd in runs and the 5 outs above replacement. That's 3rd best in the league. And when I asked Kyle Wright last night after the game about the Braves winning 21 games in June, Michael Harris is who he pointed to, saying, I don't think this guy gets enough credit. It's hard not to say he hasn't been a huge part of what we've done over this last month. And he said, you know, from the time he came up here, he changed the complexion of this team. He's been our spark plug. He's been great on defense. He's wise beyond his years. And he goes, well, I won't go as far as to say he's completely the only reason we've been on this run. He goes, there is a correlation, but guys, it doesn't matter who you talk to in that clubhouse. High praise for Michael Harris. Love playing with this guy.
Talk about clutch too, Kelly. He's hitting .409 with runners in scoring position this month, so he's done it all. We knew he had the glove. He's brought the offense too.
So Darren O'Day will start the Phillies 6th inning. And Castellanos reaching for that ball, and it's fouled away. It's 0-2. New middle infield for the Braves. Dansby Swanson gets a break. He needs to get off his feet. In a game like this, give him a little extra breather. Phil Gosselin takes over at 2nd with Arcia shifting over to short. Dansby's been out there virtually every inning of every game for the Braves in June, which comes to a close tonight. And what a month it has been. Braves 21-5. The Mets went 13-12. If I read that right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Castellanos pops one up shallow right. Olsen drifts out, foul ground, plenty of room. And makes the play. We talk all the time, Jeff, about what a cozy ballpark this is. One thing they do give their pitchers, a lot of foul ground beyond the first base line and behind home plate.
Yeah.
By today's standards, that is.
Yeah. And then it jets out down the line. Not much room down that left field corner and right field corner.
So a beaming smile for Derek Hall, whose first major league hit was a no-doubter home run in the 4th inning. Told you last night that Hall was the first Philly rookie to debut as their cleanup hitter since the 1930s. And the last rookie to debut anywhere in the major league batting cleanup was Chris Bryant, who did it for the Cubs. So how satisfying was your trip around the bases after Glendon Rush took care of you, and how satisfying was it for this guy who's no kid? I mean, it's been a while for him in the minor leagues.
No, I mean that's what you play for, to get up here, be able to help a team win, and along the way make some great memories. As Aaron O'Day strikes him out for the 2nd out.
And just for the record, you send Glendon Rush a Christmas card every year?
He's my favorite player in the big league. He knows that.
And a great dude, too.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
Here's JT Realmuto. He's 1 for 3 tonight. There's always a special moment when it's captured on television. Austin Riley's first homer, with his dad going crazy, spilling the beer at
the Coors Light. You remember that? I remember that.
Your mom and dad going nuts at Turner Field.
Yeah, that's fun.
One strike for Realmuto. And I would imagine, too, is it a sense of relief? Because you obviously hit home runs in the minor leagues. You want to get that out of the way at this level.
I think more than anything, first thing you want to do is just get your first at bat out of the way, and then your first hit out of the way. If it happens to be a home run, it's even better. But that's the one thing you dream of for a long time, is that first hit.
One ball, 1 strike. As this one is shot toward short, Arcia has it kick off his glove. And Realmuto has bookend singles in his first 4 trips to the plate. And that comes with 2 outs. JT now with 8 hits against the Braves this year.
Orlando almost made this play. And with his arm, I get the feeling he would have been able to throw him out. Just couldn't hold on to it.
Didi Gregorius has scored a run. Every Phillies starter has scored at least once tonight. They have 12 runs in total. And that's bounced foul. He made up for his mental error in the Braves second with a double and the second Philadelphia run. And that's out of play right side, and O'Day is 1 strike away from sending us to the 7th. And Darren gets Didi to swing and miss, his 2nd strikeout of the inning, and we're through 6 in Philadelphia. It's 12-3 Phillies.
They ain't going to bed till midnight.
Got the blue cotton candy working. Time for our T-Mobile coverage cam. 533 miles to see those glorious locks. Blowing in the breeze. Perfect hair. Great month. I mean, no product either. I mean, that's just natural wave.
Yeah, I know you like to think that's a breeze. That's the fan down there. They have a nice fan. See?
It is a breeze. Fans blowing the air.
Yeah, okay. I just didn't want it to be like.
It's kind of Fabio-like.
It's like a commercial. That guy gets the well-deserved last 3 innings off.
Is that the best hair in baseball?
No, he's definitely top 5. I haven't seen everybody's really.
I love
looked
putting you
for
on the
it.
spot. Come on, man. As Adam Duvall leads off and unloads on the very first pitch. And that one's going to leave the ballpark. Adam Duvall keeps up his great work in Philadelphia. The Braves have their second homer of the game. And that raises the hair of some of these Philly fans. It's now 12-4.
Yeah, his 8th home run this month now to finish June. So hopefully Adam can take that hot June right on into July. I think Nolan, the reason he was probably so mad, Chip, he just kind of threw a get me over cutter. His 4th best pitch.
I would think you're working on stuff in a game like this.
Yeah.
It only costs him 1 run. He still leads by 8. And nobody up in the Phillies bullpen in the Atlanta 7th. And we got to think of guys with great hairdos. After that Dansby Swanson feature. And you could put Peter Moylan on that list. No balls, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. RC is retired. Nola now with 8 strikeouts. He's creeping closer to that double-digit mark, which would be historic for him and the Phillies tonight. 1 in, 1 out. Michael Harris touched off a 2-run homer, part of his terrific Phillies series. Jazz Chisholm's got to be on that list just for.
He's got tons of different hairdos.
Right colors and everything else. Jazz is on the injured list with a bad back. For the Marlins, he's an all-star hopeful. Charlie Blackmon, he might be on the list too. Got the kind of the mullet
beard,
look, big beard. Yep. And speaking of hair, this ball had some hair on it. A bullet over the bushes in center.
Crept back over the plate. 92 miles per hour. Statcast 3D powered by Google Cloud, just under 106. Look at that. 101 feet over that top bush.
Short hop handled by Hoskins. He'll race to the bag, and that will take care of Harris for out number 2. Nick and Trevor are standing by in our Atlanta studios with the stretch. It's presented by Synovus. They will preview the Cincinnati series. Remember, the Braves saw the Reds early in the year, split 4 games with them. And the Reds have had a real up and down year. Cincinnati 26-48 on the season and a -80 run differential. So don't take them for granted. For whatever reason, Jeff, that's a great hitter's park, but if memory serves, historically, winning in Cincinnati's been a little tougher than we'd like for the Braves.
We talk about teams playing well against other teams, teams playing well in parks. You know, that's, as you've said, one park that has not been easy, but hopefully the way the Braves are swinging the bats and playing right now, you can go on in there and 2 out of 3 at best or worst, and maybe even sweep.
First at bat for Phil Gosselin. Hope you enjoyed Kelly's report on Phil the other night. New homeowner here in the Metro Philly area where he hails from. A lot of friends and family, hopefully his realtor too, at the ballpark. And he had a hit and a run scored last night. A ball and 2 strikes. Very consistent performance from Aaron Nola tonight. And the 2-2 pitch.
I would imagine this could be Nola's last guy here too, in a game that, like you said, it's 12-4.
Great at bat by Gosselin.
Battling him.
Remember, he came off the bench cold, man. This is first at bat of the game. Putting up a fight. Still a very popular former Phil. "80 strikes, 24 balls for Aaron Nola. He has commanded the strike zone tonight. And we'll try again. Great catch. Big league at bat. You're down 8 runs. You just check into the game and you fight off pitch after pitch to earn a base on balls. That was something. And for Aaron Nola, that is the only walk he's issued in the game. It was an 8-pitch at bat. And now Darno, the batter, beware of him on the first pitch. Joris Familia's gotten up in the bullpen.
Yeah, look, he's loose, ready to go. This is manager giving your guy a chance, and after walking like that, you know, Nola's going to try to get ahead. Could be a good time for, like you said, for Travis to be ready for that first pitch.
Nola thinking along with you. Don't know that it matters all that much, but I'm sure the pride in any starting pitcher's mind would say 7 innings is better than 6 2/3.
Yeah. And be the 5th straight start, going at least 7.
1 ball, no strikes. But clearly the image is a little off. That at bat might have taken some starch out of Aaron Nola's collar. 2-0. We've got 7 outs left. We're down 8. Right back where it came from, but into the shift. Race to the second base bag. And that is won by Bryson Stott. Darno hit it hard. Braves get a run on a Duvall solo home run. Time to stretch. Taken away in Atlanta. 12-4 Phillies. Phillies as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Before we tell you about the next Atlanta pitcher, let's talk about what's coming up. Our next broadcast comes tomorrow. You heard the guys break it down. Max Fried, Mike Minor, two terrific left-handers square off in the opener on the banks of the Ohio River.
Friday Night Showdown.
Presented by Kaiser Permanente. Join us here on Bally Sports as we get our second look at the Cincinnati Reds on a big weekend series. The Braves have had a great month of June. This man has had a hand in that. Jackson Stephens has picked up some valuable innings for the Braves. He's making his 6th appearance in June. And he'll try to buy some time for the rest of the Braves relief corps. Get the last 2 innings as d'Arnaud checks out. William Contreras takes over behind the plate. Alec Bohm, the hitter. Well, we talked tonight about one of the keys of this game might be how the Phillies 7, 8, 9 hitters do. Some youth, some inexperience, not a lot of power. Bohm, Stott, and Vierling. Well, all they've done is take 9 trips to the plate, and they've gotten on in 7 of them. This one popped up toward right. And Adam Duvall is there to put that away. Jackson Stephens gets the first out of the 7th inning.
And now let's take a quick message from Landmark.
Take me out to the Giants. Take me out for a car. The Giants selection is something to see.
Let's see if the Braves can figure out Mr. Stott. 2 singles, a walk, a steal, a run scored, and an RBI. While we're in Cincinnati, the Phillies host the Cardinals. Then they're off on the 4th of July, we're told, for the first time since 1916.
It's nuts.
Sharply hit. It handcuffed Gosselin, but Phil stayed with it and makes the peg. 2 outs. Yeah, Ben Franklin spinning in his grave, thinking about the Phillies aren't playing on the 4th of July. Come on. And here's Vierling. He scored a couple of runs tonight. Did you get to walk by Independence Hall while you were in town? Did you get to see any of the sights?
You know, I'm going to have to be honest with you. I teed it up a couple days.
You did. That's right.
You got to remember, I was here in 15, so I got to see all the sights.
Oh, that's right. You're telling Kelly and me in our walk here on Monday or Tuesday about all the great museums, the zoo in town. Took the kids there, right?
Yeah.
When you were here.
Some great things here for the kids. But I decided to play golf the last 2 days.
Had to take a little time for yourself,
yeah.
Right? I understand. And you were kind enough to take some of the Braves traveling party out golfing.
Franco went for a couple days.
Franco Garcia, the Braves Spanish language translator and coordinator.
He's got a driver fitting on Wednesday. We got to get him a little newer technology.
I can relate to that.
So, yeah, well, you need to get clubs too.
Were you kind to Franco, or were you?
No, Franco's the man. Had a blast, and then took Jordan Wolf out today with him. One of the strength coaches. A little surprised he didn't hit it farther, being a strength coach, but.
Oh, really? Interesting.
But he was hitting fairways, so give him that.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, beautiful weather all 3 days.
It was
here in Philly. Yeah, prior to my time with the Braves, my experience in this town was really limited. You know, when you come in from the other divisions, you get to a city just 1 time a year. But man, coming here 3 times is really awesome.
We're lucky. We have good division in the NL East.
Great travel.
Some fun places.
3-2 pitch. And that missed badly inside. And Matt Vierling is aboard for the 4th time. 2 out walks plagued the Braves in the 3rd inning. That was followed by a couple of home runs for the Phillies. And Jackson Stephens' inning will continue. We go back to the top of the order. Philadelphia with this big lead. is going to take Kyle Schwarber down, and they'll go to their bench. Oscar Mercado. Schwarber finishes his night 1 for 4 with a long 3-run homer. Yeah, the Art Museum here in Philadelphia is just spectacular. All the grounds around that beautiful, I don't know, 100-year-old building are just amazing. And as you make your way past the Art Museum, you can walk along the Schuylkill River, where all the colleges have their row houses. And you see the kids out for their college crew teams rowing in the river.
Yeah, it's a great place.
Huge sport up here. Everybody out enjoying a beautiful early summer start to the week. And we've enjoyed our trip to Philadelphia. Tonight's game notwithstanding, taking 2 out of 3 games to this point. And we'll be back here in a month to face the Phillies again. July 25th, 6th, and 7th. And Mercado didn't get that breaking ball, and Jackson Stevens records a scoreless Philadelphia 7. 3-4-5 coming up for the Braves. Matt Olson's going to get things started. Phillies try to salvage game 3 of the series. Well, it's 12-4 Phillies. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Matt Olson will try to finish this series with a bang against the Phillies. Our landmark player comparisons. Look at what has happened for Atlanta. The bottom of the order feeding the top of the order, Jeff. We talked about how important that is for the Braves, and I don't ever remember a time where the numbers were almost identical.
It's incredible. And remember, at home, we showed that stat last week, I think, against the Giants, Chip, the RBIs from the 1 through 3 hole, 4 through 6, and 7 through 9, and they were identical. And that, to me, that's when you have a lineup that's lengthened, and that's how you have the 3rd best record in the NL right now.
Yeah, and incredibly balanced.
Yes.
And so, as you know, pitchers, when they prepare for an opponent, look at lineup cards and say, okay, where can I go to find the cold hitters? Where can I go to get outs when I'm in trouble? Right now, there isn't a spot like that back-to-back in the Atlanta lineup, which we hope continues the rest of this game and on into Cincinnati. Joyce Familia takes over, a low-leverage spot for him. The Phillies trying to get him going. And the most amazing stat this time of year for Philadelphia is that their bullpen has worked about 170 fewer innings than their starters. And they've walked 15 more hitters. And when you factor in when these guys come in, runners on base, high leverage situations, you can't defend walks, and then that leads to all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
So they got to clean that up, and they're hoping, I'm sure, to get some work out of Familia. Maybe he'll find some rhythm as we push the calendar toward July 1st tomorrow night. All kinds of changes for the Phillies. They have Familia and Stubbs as the new battery. So JT Realmuto out of the game. We'll give you the rest of the changes in a second as Matt shoots this one to left. Odubel Herrera just checked in, reaching for that left field wall, comes up without number 1. So it's Herrera, Vierling, and Mercado left to right in the outfield for the Phillies. Stott moves to shortstop, and Munoz at second. We'll get you the lineup as they come up in the 8th inning. Here's Austin Riley. He's 2 for 3. Riley 3 for 10 in this series. In a 12-4 game. The score notwithstanding, the most disappointing thing of the game was Ian Anderson just didn't have it in his 2 innings tonight. If you're just joining us, Ian looked very good in the first inning through 12 pitches, but then 5 straight hits, a 3-run homer and 7 runs in the second, and he was done. And he went straight out of the game into the dugout and I guess to the film room.
Over 40 pitches, you know, and at that case, you know, that was it for him. And Braves loaded the bases in the top of the first. Even, you know, even though you only got 1 run, you still had the lead early.
2-0 for Riley, and that one is poked into center field. That'll get down. Riley has a 3-hit game. Game like this, chase your hits and see what happens. Braves have a man aboard with 1 out. They have 4 outs, make that 5 outs left. As Marcell Ozuna comes up, here's a quick message from Zaxby's.
It's the new Signature Club with bacon and cheese, remixed by Zaxby's.
Ozuna took strike 3, disagreed with the call his last time up. Let's see if that earns him a better hitter's strike zone here in the 8th. How much can you say at the plate?
You can, for the most part, say a lot of what you want. If you look down at the ground, you're not really showing up the umpire. When you start turning to him, you know, you can. It all depends what you say too.
Well, right. Are some umpires more chatty than others?
Yeah, some you know you can talk to, and some you can't.
Are the younger guys less chatty, more chatty than the veteran guys say?
They all got their personalities,
right,
you know.
I mean,
so
I
think like anything, just like a younger player coming in the game, a lot of times it's more nerves, being, you know, your first couple years through the league, and as you get more comfortable, usually the personality comes out. I mean, majority of your umpires with personalities, guys have been here for 15, 20 years.
2 balls, no strikes. And downstairs, here we go, 3-0 with a 8-run lead and a runner at first. All help is appreciated. Braves trying to creep back ever closer tonight. Marcell made him throw a strike. It's 3-1. Little roller foul. In the old days, you used to talk to, I mean, really old, when you talk about John Smoltz and Tom Glavine, but they would actually have to scout the umpires when they found out who was on the crew, and when their day to pitch came, they knew what the umpire's strike zone was and adjusted accordingly.
They still have that these days, but you don't have as, I think, big of a strike zone as what some guys do.
Or as dramatic a difference between members of a crew, for example.
Yeah.
So they've gone from an umpire strike zone to the strike zone.
Yeah.
More on that after this 3-2 pitch, which is banged through the hole left side. A base hit for Ozuna. He's got 2 hits, and the Braves have something cooking in the 8th with 2 on and 1 out. Hearing more and more whispers, Jeff, that the automatic strike zone's coming in 24 to the major leagues.
Yeah, you can see that was a pitch right down the middle. Marcell hit it good, was able to sneak it through the left side. Yeah, I think you're going to have that here sooner than later.
Contreras has an infield hit in 3 trips. And Familia having trouble throwing strikes. The automatic strike zone has worked with some success in the minor leagues.
And I think that's why it'll be another couple of years. We're going to have to iron some more things out.
Technology will improve. 1 ball, no strikes.
One thing I'm in favor for next year, hopefully, and it sounds like that's coming, is the pitch clock.
Yeah.
I've heard numerous, even big league players that have been down on a rehab assignment and just honestly talked how great it was. I think it's shaved, what, 20 minutes off the game, and it has done nothing to, you know, the game, the score, the hits, everything's been the same, just quicker.
2 balls, no strikes. Yeah, my boys are doing the games in Amarillo, which is at altitude, windy place. Imagine Coors Field, but drier.
Yeah.
And every game is 2 hours and 30, 2 hours and 45 minutes with a ton of offense. So again, it's not the time of game, it's the pace of game. And as more and more young pitchers come through the minor leagues and get to the big leagues, I think that transition will be a lot easier. As the Phillies pondering another pitching change, is Familia having some trouble. Back-to-back 3-0 counts, got that one over, 3 balls and a strike.
Well, look, you know, we're sitting here, most games you think are wrapped up for this, but the Phillies back in May, as I said, gave up a 7-run lead in the 9th inning to the Mets.
Well, this team, this ballpark, this Atlanta offense might be a harmonic convergence. Swing, fly ball, that's pretty well hit. Herrera back to the warning track and has just enough room. Contreras just missed. That would have made things a little more interesting. Hard hit ball retires him. That's the 2nd out of the inning.
He just got that ball in on him enough. The Mets were up 7-1 going to the 9th that night and lost 8-7.
That's why I'm not in favor of mercy rules or any of that stuff. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's an indelible baseball memory.
And it's memorable, yes.
Yeah. So 2 on, 2 out. 2-hit, 2-run game for Adam Duvall. He hit a homer his last time up. And Familia having trouble throwing strike 1. Well, get a couple more guys up here. Get a couple more runs. Never know what can happen. Phillies guard the line at 3rd for Duvall. The pitch. Center cut fastball. Rob Thompson, the interim manager here after Joe Girardi was relieved of his duties earlier in June. Phillies have played good baseball since, but now they've lost Bryce Harper. Trying to hang tough with the Braves and Mets in the East. The pitch. Didn't get that. It's 1-2. Phillies have gone 18-8 this month. Lead tonight 12-4. 2 strikes for the Braves. Adam Duvall. Atlanta looking for its 10th hit. It's not to be as Adam Duvall strikes out, and Familia pitches himself out of 8th inning trouble. 12-4 Phillies in game 3.
Brought to you by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet only from Xfinity. Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life. And by NASCAR. Get your tickets online for NASCAR in Atlanta July 10th at AtlantaMotorspeedway.com.
It's time to have a little fun as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Mike Ford is going to come on and pitch against Mickey Moniak.
Hey.
It's a mile-high pop-up. High sky, no problem for Michael Harris. That away, Mike. 2 pitches, 1 out. Mickey Moniak suffers a fate no position player likes, and that's to be made out by another.
No, not a lot of fun.
Ford has pitched before. It came in 2019. I won't give you the numbers. Suffice it to say, he faced 12 batters in 2 innings. I'll let you come to your own conclusions about that. 55 miles an hour, and yes, hey, where was it? Was it outside?
Squeezing him.
That way, Mike. You've done this before. What's the experience like?
It's awesome.
Really?
Even though your team's getting hammered, it softens the blow a little bit, and especially for the Braves, they've played so well. It's fun to mix it up. You know, Mike's trying to kind of lob it in there. I, on the other hand, was trying to go full out Nolan Ryan on people.
Shocker. Floats that one in at 67. And that's outside, ball 4. So with one up, Odubel Herrera is a trip down memory lane. June 16th, 2050. Everything happens in June. Look at this.
That backup slider for the punchy. Watch me cover the bag here. Chase Utley moved to first. Oh, PFP. Look at that. Blew up the bat, but then the second inning happened.
Yeah. How did that go?
Not good. But those first 3 you see there was beautiful.
I mean, it's as good as it gets. And I would imagine as a position player, you develop a whole new, healthier respect for what starting pitchers or multi-inning relief pitchers go through, right?
That was the whole thing. You come in, I think I only had like 13 pitches.
And smack deep toward right. And that ball is gone. Derek Hall, a 2-homer game. They all count.
That's where Derek Hall better remember, if he has a nice career and in 3 years goes to arbitration, send Mike Ford to bottom of the line for this one. It's like beer league softball, and that's the way.
Yeah, well, a guy pitching and hitting. Burly chested man. And Mike knows the deal. As Garrett Stubbs is the hitter and bounces that one off the warning track foul. So 14-4 Phillies have the lead. They've hit 5 homers in the game. And a little pop behind the plate. Contreras will have room. Oh boy, that's a rough out. You pop out to the catcher against a position player. And Stubbs is out number 2.
That's where Derek Hall's going to see his name on the bottom of the ticker tonight. Two home run game.
Well, hey, you know, David Ross, the current Cub manager, was playing for the Dodgers. Was looking for his first major league home run.
Yeah.
It came in a blowout game. And the home run, the first of his major league career, was served up by Mark Grace.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, can't remember who. I knew his position player.
Sharply hit on the ground, and a eventful inning for Mike Ford. He saved an inning for the rest of the Braves bullpen. He gave up a couple of runs, and it's last call for the Braves as we go to the 9th.
Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Synovus, the bank that helps you get there. And by the All South Highway Safety Team. Never mix drinking and driving.
William Penn would be happy with this score in Philadelphia tonight. The Phillies played the role of the Broad Street Bullies, leading 14-4 here in Game 3 of the series. Hope you'll join us July 12th. The Mets are in town. It's Tyler Matzik bobblehead giveaway. That is presented by Coca-Cola. That's given to the first 15,000 fans who join us at Truist Park for all the promos coming up this summer. Get your tickets at Braves.com. Mark Appel on for the second straight game as a major leaguer. If you didn't join us last night or know his story, it's a remarkable one. This man was the #1 overall pick by the Houston Astros in 2013. And he's greeted with a first pitch drive by Arcia to left that will be caught at the wall for out #1. All kinds of injury problems sidetracked Mark Appel. Gave up baseball, decided, you know what, just in case I can come back, I'm going to get shoulder surgery. They went and cleaned out the shoulder, started playing catch, started throwing 96 again, caught on with the Phillies, and here he is, Jeff, almost 10 years after being drafted.
And then after the game, talking to a lot of the Phillies announcers, a couple of the coaches, they said he's even a better person. So when you hear that, man, it really makes you excited for him that he gets to experience this, whether it's 4 appearances or whether it's the next 10 years. Fact is, he overcame something, and he's up in the big leagues.
You could see him savoring the moment when he came in last night. It's a long walk from the right center field bullpen gates out to the mound, and as he came out, he was just looking around. You know, they say sometimes that 3rd or 4th deck in a major league stadium will intimidate you. He wasn't intimidated. He was taking in every moment of his first big league appearance. And this one is rifled to short. He was, as he said, trying to hold back the tears, thinking about, as we've said, all that he's gone through to get to this point. And now he's not away from helping the Phillies salvage the finale of his series.
I know that was caught, but another good AB by Michael Harris. Line shot.
So 3 hits for Michael in the series, including a 2-run homer in the 5th. And Phil Gosselin, the final hope to keep this game alive for the Braves, who trail 14-4. And you watch this guy throw, it's in there. I mean, he's got a legit 95, 96.
Look, you ain't getting drafted as a first pick if you throw 90. I don't care how nasty your stuff is.
But all the injury problems, you wondered how much of that would be in the tank for him. And there's plenty, it appears, tonight. A 1-2-3 night. Phillies beat the Braves in the series wrap-up. They hit 5 home runs. They score a season-high 14. And, Jeff, we wrap up June with a remarkable record. The Braves go 21-6. They're 3.5 games behind the Mets. They've shaved 7 games off the divisional lead, and now we turn the calendar to July and Cincinnati tomorrow night.
You know what? You had some fun at the end of the game with Mike Ford getting out there to pitch. That team right there in the dugout should be very proud of what they've accomplished this month. Not only that, up here this week to start the road trip off, 2 out of 3. Now you go to Cincinnati with a chance to, you know, get healthy there too. But this team's playing well. They're headed in the right direction, all aspects of the game. You're just going to have a couple nights like this.
Yeah, tip of the cap. Great month, Bravos. Well done. 21-6. And we'll hope to do the same or better beginning tomorrow night in Cincinnati at the Great American Ballpark, where Max Fried will take the ball against former Brave Mike Minor. First pitch comes your way at 6:40. Braves Live gets us kicked off at 6 o'clock on Valley Sports Southeast. Braves win a series in Philadelphia. Good start to the road trip. Hope you enjoyed this 3-game set at Citizens Bank Park. For Kelly Kroll, for Jeff Francoeur, Chip Garrett. We'll see you in Cincinnati tomorrow night. And Braves Live, presented by Xfinity, is coming up next.